So, who will win a ring first, SGA or Ant-Man? Take the floor.
Now you go first.
Who's gonna ring first, SGA or Ant-Man? I don't think either one of them wins a ring. Actually, to tell you the truth, I think they're just some of those players like that's just high caliber offensive players and good on defense that you love and you root for them to get a ring, but they just won't get it. Kind of remind me of the same storyline of Lamar Jackson. I would have loved if Lamar Jackson would have went on and beat Patty. I love Pat Mahomes, but he got 2 rings already, brother. I want to see Lamar get it. And I think they follow that same storyline. Like, if they get a ring, I don't think it's because they're a franchise piece anymore. I think it's going to be like a DeAndre Jordan, Reggie Jackson type thing, Matt Barnes type thing. Like, they were an integral part for a team at the end of their career, and they got it done. Because honestly, SGA, he's a great player, but right now, even if these teams currently, these organizations, they can't figure out a way to stop hurting themselves. They draft like you get OKC. OKC drafts so good that they don't even know what to do with their players. They get to that point where it's like, the only way for us to move on and get to the next step for our players to get to that better step is we got to trade one of them away. You had KD, Westbrook, and Harden. It got to the point where it was like, we can't pay Harden. I don't want to pay him the extra meal for KD to reach his ceiling. We need one of them to be gone, either Harden or Westbrook. They let Harden go, and it's like these teams never figure out how to make it work with what they got. So you get Karl Anthony Towns and you get Ant. Karl Anthony Towns was a great #1 pick. I mean, he's not as good as Ant as we see, but you got the type of players on your team that teams try to trade and create that situation. The Pacers have to trade to create a Pascal and a Tyrese situation. But the narrative would be so different if they drafted both of them. It would be one of them got to go. They got to get some other pieces back. These teams, these organizations, SGA, and neither one of them would get in my eyes, neither one of them would get a ring because their organization does not know how to win. They're not the Spurs. The Spurs have been the only team that were able to draft players, build them up, and win with what they got. We saw the Warriors trap. It sucked. And now we seeing them. They're talking about trading Josh Giddey. They can't make it work. They're talking about trading Karl Anthony Towns. They can't make it work. Neither one of them will win a ring. They won't be wearing those jerseys if they do. What you got?
So let me actually answer the question. Who I think will win a ring first? I would probably go with Ant-Man because I think his ceiling might be higher than SGA. And like you said, he's probably better, he's probably better than Cat as of right now. Cat was the best at one point and comes in last what's we in year? We in year 4. Last 4 years, he was good, became really good, almost damn near almost to the superstar level. I think they will put more pieces around him to actually help him get to that championship. If that is probably trading Cat, probably. I think they can win a championship with Cat. SGA, they're one trade away. They're one trade away from actually probably competing for a championship. They're one trade away. I think if they do make a significant trade, they could get there. But I just think Ant's ceiling on the defensive end, he's not as this like elite like the scorer as SGA because it's really just SGA. Not like it's just him by himself, but it's just SGA. Like he's the only guy we can go to. If I feel like if it was just Ant on his team, he could probably average 32, but he got Cat on his side. So we know that's probably not gonna happen. I just think they could surround them better because we saw what Timberwolves did. They did trade for Gobert. Yeah, we didn't see what we thought. What they doing now is what we thought last year. They got hurt, and now we seeing it. So I do think,
Cat.
Huh?
They didn't have Cat. He missed like 60 games, 70 games.
Exactly. So we thought what they were doing this year is what they were gonna do last year. With the two big lineup, you got the defensive players, you got the steady point guard, and you got Ant-Man taking the next step. I think he will win a ring first. And I still got him as probably best shooting guard in the league. That's just me. But OKC is close. OKC is really close. They're close. And they will get rid of Josh Giddey. They will get rid of him.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. I mean, they know what they're doing, but right now they reached a point where it's just they don't know how to get to the next step of
No,
creating greatness.
I think they. I feel like they just don't want to. They don't know who to trade for. Like you do got all these players. Like there's a
Yeah,
lot of good players in the league. We do got all these draft picks, but is this player worth trading these draft picks? I feel like that's what it is. Because what is the point of getting all these draft picks? You ain't gonna trade for nobody. Like is Laurie Marketing worth? Let's just say 3 first-round picks. Is
yeah,
he worth that? Okay, they probably think he's not worth 3. So they like, yeah, we're not gonna do this. Is Siakam? Is he worth 3 first-round picks?
yes,
They probably think he's not. So they just don't know. They just don't. I feel like they just don't think these certain players are worth it. Paul George, is he worth 4 first-round picks?
too.
2? Okay. They probably think he worth probably 2. So they're like, okay, let's go for Paul George. Paul George isn't available. If he was available, I think they would pull the trigger. That's just what I think with them.
So I got a question for you. So you talked about the Wolves and putting the right pieces around Anthony Edwards, and I know you probably gonna need a little bit more time and pull up some rosters and stuff. But it's when I think about this team, it's like, what more pieces do you need around him?
I
You
think
have
bench.
you.
That good.
So I'm saying, what more pieces do you need around him? You have two. You got the Twin Towers, Rudy, Cat, who's low key a hybrid big. You got Nas Reed, another like Charzillion hybrid big. Jaden McDaniel, great defender. You got plenty of other wing defenders, good wing defenders as guards, and you got a vet guard. And Mike Conley, who's certified solid. It's like what more?
They need another consistent scorer because Mike Conley is not giving you what he did in Memphis. He's not giving you that. Like
But
if
peep
Mike
this.
Conley was giving you 17, 16, 17 points consistently, I don't think they would need nothing. But he doesn't give you nothing.
When you say like they need another consistent scorer, from how it works and what they're most likely going to get back, that consistent score that you're talking about is a Jordan Clarkson, is a Terry Rozier, it's a Tyler Hero, it's a who's another consistent score, a Colin Sexton. Those guys, this is what happened. They get that guy, they get that piece, and then the question becomes, does this move the needle? And then the question is, how the hell you like? No, it doesn't move the needle. People are like, it's a good trade. We got to see what it is. It's a great system. We got to see what the coach able to do with it. You get these scenarios. You get these guys that they say they need. Right now, it sound good, but when you get them, you find out, damn, it just ain't it. Honestly, there's nothing that these teams need. These teams don't need anything else. These teams, what they need to do is they need to hold what they got. They need to stop changing horses in the middle of the race. Let these guys just go out there, ball, learn, find the right coach, find the right system for them to buy into, spirit, believe in themselves, and get it done. You don't need anything else.
What's going to be the problem with the Timberwolves in the playoffs? What do you think is going to be their biggest problem?
Their biggest it's gonna probably closing games out. It's gonna get to the point where you're gonna see Anthony Edwards, the same problem that he had. They beat OKC the last game, but the one before that, he didn't look like face of the league. He didn't look like the one we are rooting for. He didn't look like, oh, this guy got it. He didn't look like Mike. He looked like Jimmy Butler in the regular season. He looked bad. So that's what's gonna happen. The guy that you're depending on, and then the second guy, Karl Anthony Towns, he don't got the grit. He don't got the hardness. He don't got it. That playoffs require come here. He need a little bit of that Draymond in him. And then you got Rudy. Rudy's gonna do what Rudy's gonna do, but he's gonna always catch flack. He's not an offensive player. He's a defensive anchor. You got Cat who simply don't got the toughness. Because I seen him in the playoffs. It's not a threat. And you got Anthony Edwards. He needs a little bit more time in these clutch, crazy, high moment series. They don't have a closeout game 6. They don't have the closeout games. They don't have a closeout game 7 mentality. They don't have it. They just don't have that yet. And you can't trade for it. You can't buy it. You grow it inside of you. You create it. There's nothing out there you could trade for to get it. To get that.
If they can get rid of some of them bench players, They
And
can
bring
do
in
it.
who? Who they bring in?
I'm saying like you. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but if they could bring in a Jordan Clarkson, because I'm looking, Cat and Ant Man, they the only ones that average 20. Guess who the third leading scorer is?
Probably Jay McDaniel.
It's Rudy Gobert with 13 points. This basically is like the Warriors, but just somebody's just way better than Clay. This is the same thing, bro. This is the problem, and it's the same thing with the Warriors. They don't have another consistent scorer. I do agree, though, closing games will be a problem. But having somebody else, because when Ant-Man, like yesterday, he only scored 9 points. Yes, they did play the Mavericks with no Luka and Kyrie. So you're going to beat them no matter what. But when it comes to like saying the Nuggets, Suns, Clippers, whoever, somebody else got to come along the ride with you, bro. It can't just be Cat and Ant-Man only giving me 20-something and then Jaden McDaniels. I thought Jaden McDaniels on the scoring side would take a little bit better leap, but he hasn't. He's only giving me 10 points per game. That's not good enough. You're a great defender, but I see there are some games when he shows he has the offensive capabilities to probably get 20, but he hasn't shown it. Jordan Clarkson or Colin Sexton, they have shown me they can get me 20 points. Now, will they trade for them? Doubt it. But if they could get somebody like that, I think that can go a long way. Because for a team that has the top-rated defense, you're only bottom 20. You're only in the 20s in offense, though. So that means basically you are winning by defense, and you always be talking about we're moving in an era where you need offense. Offense is gonna win. So if they don't have offense, how are you gonna win then?
Can't win. We already seen the championship team trade away their defense for offense. We seen the championship team.
They not trading away them. They not trading away like the Jaden McDaniels. That ain't gonna happen.
If the Bucks traded away Drew Holiday, and they believe that they could shit whatever defense. I ain't gonna hold you. I think their defense is gonna get a lot better. That dude that was coaching them, that's a different topic. But I think their defense gonna finally hit that mediocre average. But with dude, it wasn't that. But I do think though, like if you see the championship team, they won. They traded away Drew Holiday. Them teams, if y'all scared, if they not scared to trade Drew, and y'all scared to trade some guys that y'all love, y'all don't want to win for real. I'm gonna say this too. The same situation like this closeout game 7 mentality. What you think about Denver? How they developed it? Because a few years ago, I think they had that same problem. And look what they got. They pretty much.
A few years ago, I don't think they really had a problem. It was just always injuries kind of messed them up.
Then they have Then they blow it. No, that wasn't them that blew that lead. They beat the Clippers. I was just say even them.
I don't think they never had the problem. You're thinking of when obviously Jamal Murray
before Jamal, Jamal
Murray. If you want to say Jamal Murray is the closer guy, fine, but he wasn't there. So who are you going to close games with? Michael Porter Jr. He doesn't have that mentality of give me the ball, I'm going to close this out. That's not him.
I think he got the mentality for it, but he be shot chucking. That man is the new Rudy Gay.
But he's not. But Michael Porter Jr. is not going to like do ISO, take you off dribble. That ain't his game. Never been his game.
Step back three in the corner.
The year the Warriors won, Jokic ain't have his 2 best players. I mean, his second and third best player. You're gonna lose. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure.
That part, yeah. I don't think they had problems. It was just always injury. They always closed it out. Even when they was in the bubble, when they faced the Jazz, they was always able to close. They was always able to close them out. Jamal Murray helped. The same thing in against the Clippers. They was able to close it out. So I mean, yeah, not that problem. But I don't think they trade like Jaden McDaniels, who's a young player, for Jordan Clarkson. I think maybe if you give away like another like depth piece and maybe I don't know. I don't even think they got draft picks. Honestly, they gave them all to the Jazz.
Man, you're full of man. Come on, man. Be serious, man.
I am serious.
Nah, you're not being serious, man. You're not.
How am I not being serious?
Because if this was a team with LeBron on the USA, pull the trigger, get it done, get the players, go for it. He's in his woo woo. You gotta win. It's win now. If this was the Lakers, you would say Jaden McDaniels, you gotta go. Because honestly, D'Lo, really one of their best guys. And everybody, you gotta go, we gotta trade D'Lo, Trade Jaden McDaniels. Pull the trigger, get it done. That's simple. If it was Bron, if it was anybody else, you were, man, y'all wasting it. Y'all gotta get it done. It's the same thing when Bron was in Cleveland the first time. Pull the trigger, man. Get it done. That's simple. I
The
know you
difference
love
is
him. Get him out of there.
that's the Lakers and that's the Timberwolves different aspirations. So
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing when I use the analogy with the Bucks. If the Bucks willing to trade away Drew Holiday, I thought they was gonna let Chris Middleton go. If the Bucks
they
were
couldn't
willing
let
to
him
trade,
go.
if the Bucks were willing to trade, Chris Middleton probably gone this summer.
No. I'll say this: if they didn't sign Chris Middleton to that extension, if let's just say he was already on the team, I think they do trade him. But since they signed to the extension, they can't trade him.
Yeah. So I'm saying if you see championship teams trading away somebody that's just said in the interview, man, I can't wait to see my jersey up there in them Raptors. And next day he gone, and you don't want to let my boy Jamie.
Please don't tell me you're talking about Lonzo, bro. Please.
Drew Holiday said that. Drew Holiday said I could see myself as being a Buck fella.
The only one available. He was literally the only guy available.
Let me finish my soliloquy, brother, so it can all tie together. I'm just saying, bro, if you see a championship team, Drew Holiday getting traded, you don't need to be trying to hold on to Jaden McDaniels. Pull the trigger, get it done. Boom. But what you say about Lonzo and Drew?
No, I thought that's who you was gonna say, Lonzo. But you said it was Drew. Talk about Raptors, seeing my jersey in the Raptors. No, I don't think they trade Jaden McDaniels. I think if anything, they get away some of them weak players like a Shai Milton and whatever draft picks they got left. Do I think it happens? No. I think they probably don't really make a move. They probably just stay where they're at.
Hey, if this was the Lakers, would you say trade Jaden McDaniels?
Would I say trade Jaden McDaniels? No, because he's actually a really good defender, better than like Cam Reddish and all of them. Yes, I would not do that. I would not trade him. He actually plays legit defense. He's one of the best defensive players in the league.
Cap.
I'm not capping.
Cap. Yes, only thing you would be saying
Who's more valuable? Who's more valuable?
You ain't even let me finish.
Jaden McDaniels or Cam Reddish and Taurean Prince?
I'm gonna answer your question after I finish. Cap, because the only thing you'll be talking about is, oh my God, I get it, you play defense, but you got to give Bron something. The role players, y'all got to step up. Y'all got to do your job. Jared Vanderbilt, man, like he unplayable on the offense side. So yeah, to answer your question, Jay McDaniel, boom, he the guy over whoever the hell guys you said.
Offense. But he got good defense though. I never said let him go. I said Taurean Prince and Cam Reddish can go. D'Lo, I always said that he was gonna be the scapegoat regardless.
I'll trade Jared Vanderbilt. I said it over the summer. Get him out of there. He's a liability. What he bring on defense ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. It's not worth it.
I'd rather keep Jared Vanderbilt than Cam Reddish and freaking Taurean Prince.
They do
nothing. And Cam is hurt. And Taurean Prince doesn't do anything. All he do is shoot threes. Shit, barely do that.
Man, Cam a vagabond.
I'd rather keep Jared Vanderbilt. Me personally.
Cam a vagabond, man. Man, he a vagabond.
Like, no. I'm not getting rid of Jaden McDaniels, probably our best defender. Not doing that. And I think that's why Jared Vanderbilt ain't gone. Because he probably their second best defender on the team. Besides AD, he probably their second best. That's why I ain't heard Vanderbilt in no trade talks. The only person I hear is D'Lo. And D'Lo, Austin Reeves, they want to keep him. D'Lo and Austin Reeves are kind of the same, but they really not. They just value Austin Reeves more than D'Lo.
Because he's younger, probably.
D'Lo, he was always gonna be the scapegoat. Regardless, it doesn't matter. He plays bad. They gonna go right at him. He plays good. We praise him. It's gonna happen.
He played good. I had him for 4 threes on my ticket. I had him for 20. He can't get me 20. Fuck, you got 19, 18 points for with only 2 shot attempts. I'm talking crazy. Not you, because you're a Bron fan. You just root for the Lakers, but like. Man, the Lakers organization, man, the fan base around them, they treat D'Lo so bad. They treat him so bad. I wish he would have stayed with the Nets that one year, man. I loved him when it was him, Karis LeVert, Jared Allen. They were
If you had to get Kevin Durant, you was gonna do that.